It was as if everything that made him Paul vanished in an instant. William stood in amazement, the neurologist's words echoing around in his head as he observed his best friend's comatose body on the examination table. "I'm afraid it's worse than just a coma," Dr. Mackenzie stated. "I don't wish to upset you any further, but all of our attempts to get a response were unsuccessful." "Paul had always been so full of life," William said. "Now he's this mannequin." Dr. Mackenzie tore his eyes away from the body and looked at William, confused. "Full of life? Really? He always seemed, I don't know, sort of distant, pensive even. But if what you say is true, then this is more troubling than I first expected. Tell me, when was the last time you saw or spoke to Paul?" Let me think. About 2 weeks ago at my wife's birthday party." Dr. Mackenzie's expression went from one of confusion to one of concern. 2 weeks ago? Was he acting any different than usual?" "No, not really, although he did leave pretty early," William added. "Did he say why?" Mackenzie asked. Yeah, he said he had the worst migraine ever and took off. I didn't even know he got migraines," declared William. "Thank you, William. You've been very helpful. We'll contact you if Paul's condition changes." As William left, Dr. Mackenzie had a feeling of unease begin to come over him. Later that night, Dr. Mackenzie knocked on the office door of his good friend and colleague, Dr. Patton. "Ah, Scott, to what do I owe this visit?" Dr. Patton inquired. "I'm afraid it's not good news, Adam. We got another one," Dr. Mackenzie wearily professed. "Oh, God, no. Come in, quickly," Dr. Mackenzie said as he hurried his friend to his office, checking the hall for any potential eavesdroppers. "Okay, Scott, what's the news with this one?" "Well, for the most part, same as the others. One day, life of the party, next day, department store mannequin," Dr. Mackenzie maintained. "Why do you say for the most part? Does this one differ?" Dr. Patton asked. "Well, this one is different because it happened over the course of only 2 weeks. According to his friend, he was fine until 2 weeks ago when he began complaining about migraines. Something the patient's friend stressed was very out of character for him." "So you don't think this was happening to the patient prior to the 2 weeks?" inquired Dr. Patton. "Well, his friend was understandably stunned by the patient's condition, but I could tell he wasn't lying. Poor guy. He said he was so full of life before this. In all my years of being a neurologist, nothing has mystified me so. You know how they say some of the personality rubbed off on him? I fear that may actually be the case here. So you're saying this holds up to the criterion of your theory?" "Well, yes, all things considered. I still have some tests to run, but I'm sure of this. According to the patient's friend, this man had quite the personality, something he's completely devoid of now. If my theory is true, then it reached its adult stage 2 weeks ago and instantly began to feed on the patient's central nervous system. My biggest fear is that it has gotten stronger, started working faster. This personality parasite could have made the jump to any of us. So this is of the utmost importance, Adam. And now I'm near to an answer. I can see beyond it, to somewhere I want to be." Dr. Patton chuckled. "You were never short on ambition, Scott. Who would have thought that the very thing that defines us would also be our greatest enemy? Please, let me know anything else you discover. And for the love of God, keep this quiet. The last thing we need around here is anyone trying to raise a panic." Dr. Patton said. "Sure thing, Adam. I've got a long night ahead of me, so I'd better get to it. I'll see you tomorrow," Dr. Mackenzie replied as he got up to leave. After Mackenzie left, Dr. Patton sat at his desk. "Godspeed, Scott," he whispered as the pain in his head